Hello,
Good
Gwen.
evening, Annie. Good evening.
Lovely to see you.
And you, and you.
And
Oh,
oh, do I need to see you this evening? We need our cards. It's been a heavy day.
well, as I said, it is the
My
snow
God.
moon, and it's
Yeah,
called the snow moon because of the heavy snow that's
yeah,
happening in the northern hemisphere.
yeah.
And are we just feeling it? That
Oh,
heavy feeling of
absolutely.
what is going on.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah.
hmm.
So if you're
Yeah,
feeling it, I'm feeling it. Our viewers must be feeling it too.
absolutely. Yeah. I think definitely a heavy blanket has been chucked on us all at the moment with
Just
the
when we think we're getting forward, and all of a sudden
yeah,
you think,
yeah.
stop, you know.
Yeah, stop,
Anyway,
pause, review.
yeah, yes, yes, yes.
So,
Right.
full moon, you go first.
Okay. As per usual,
Yeah.
there might be a fortnight that I don't bring them out, but I love my new
Yes.
ancient stone cards. I love them, and I brought out the other set. I think I've only brought them out once before, that I got at Christmas from my brother, and it's the Hawaiian
Oh, yes.
Aloha Wisdom.
Yeah. Those are
So
good, aren't they? Yeah.
again, I feel as if I want to do that sort of dance, the
Yeah.
Hawaiian dance,
Yeah.
just to keep the flow going.
Yeah.
Right, right. So full moon. So it's me.
Mhm.
Right. Let's shuffle the cards and see what they bring. Oops. Let's see.
And hopefully this waning will get rid of loads of this rubbish.
Yeah, I think that's what it's intending to do, isn't it? So
Mm. Yeah. I'm reminded of the Bette Midler song, The Rose. And that beautiful sense of, yes, it looks like everything's dead and lifeless at the moment, but underneath
yes,
is the beautiful rose ready to kind of resurge and reawaken.
yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, yeah, that beautiful,
Your voice has gone.
my
Speak.
voice.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
There was
okay.
just a, there was just a second there where your voice. They took your voice, Annie.
It says the internet's unstable. Really interesting, of course. So we'll just clear the gremlins out of the way and we won't let
Absolutely.
them interrupt us.
Okie dokie.
Mm, yes.
Right. What have we got? Um, well, it's interesting. With this full moon being in Leo, it's
Mm,
about having that inner strength, isn't it? It
mhm,
is about sort of looking at the authentic you and making sure, we said it in the new moon, that what you intended to go forward isn't blocked
yeah.
by anything else. Keep traveling forward.
Mm.
And this is beautiful. She's
Oh,
gorgeous.
look, doesn't she look
Yeah.
amazing?
She does.
Yes.
And this is the creativity card.
Mm,
And I think it is all about that expression that we need to be bringing out now,
mm,
looking at our creative self. And although we are feeling this heaviness, it's trusting that vision,
mm,
that vision we have to create what we want, for
mm,
things to manifest.
mm,
It can suppress what we're feeling at the moment, but it's having that resilience
mm,
to make sure you trust in your vision,
mm,
trust in your guides, trust in the universe. And she's got a beautiful, to me it looks like a laurel leaf,
oh,
the
great. Yeah.
what do you call it, yeah, like a
Yeah.
laurel leaf, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
A wreath for your head.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's right in front of her.
Mm,
So I think she's holding this
mm,
as something that she's made herself,
yeah.
and she's cherishing it.
Mm,
And it's got a beautiful bright light around it. So I
mm,
think that, that in itself is like her creativity, that she's holding herself. It's surrounded by different um, symbols,
mm,
and there's hearts in those symbols, and
yeah.
there's several little tiny hearts. And oh, it's Valentine's Day tomorrow, isn't it? So
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
wonder that come out. But I think it is about going with your heart,
Hmm.
moving forward with your heart. Those visions are not your thoughts;
Mm.
they're what you're feeling
Hmm.
to bring it forward.
Mm.
Um, and the Hawaiian energy is saying, and that is beautiful. Don't you just want to be there?
Oh, yes.
That is a beautiful sandy beach with a stream that's so calm and serene, just
Mm.
going out to the sea.
Mm.
And there's a new moon in the air
Yeah.
there in its first quarter.
Yeah.
And again, it's about those newness. But I think, that water, they run from the stream, then they go into that wide open sea.
Mm.
It's like a risk that
Yeah.
anything that's swimming in that water, they're heading towards the ocean. So I think this is all about
Mm.
taking risks as well. And it says, you won't know if it's right for you unless you try.
Yeah.
So again, I think it's that risk taking, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Absolutely.
And that belief that it's going to,
Mm.
um, this calmness that's going forward will just spread into
Mm.
the open calmness of the sea.
Mm.
Um, what this is also sort of resonating with me is, I do feel this is at sunset,
Yeah.
and it is remembering that, although things might be going dark at the moment, the
Mm.
sun always rises again.
Hmm. Yeah.
And it is remembering that,
Yeah.
and keeping, I've got that saying, red sky at night, shepherd's delight,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the next day everything can happen, the next day, the
Mm.
positive things. Um, Now she is traveling towards like an obelisk. Can you see?
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
a temple, but I
Yeah.
also see a face in that temple.
Yeah. I do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And
yeah. Like
um,
a ziggurat or a pyramid.
yeah,
Isn't it? Yeah.
yeah. I don't know why, but Kuan Yin energy's there as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
Definitely.
Give me your
Um,
sorrows.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. This card says, live the question. And I think, for us all, we sometimes doubt,
Mm.
and it's about but doubt can also be positive, because it's also like a curiosity
Hmm.
where you're trying to work things out.
Mm.
So I think this is about opening your mind
Mm.
to what's happening. And when it says live the question, sort of live into that, you know, that feeling of curiosity is not a negative, and the question isn't so much doubt. It's
Mm.
about just live it, just take it forward, see what
Mm.
happens,
Yeah.
because everything happens for a reason. So just live what you're feeling, and move forward with it. Um, I've got very much, the sandy colours there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
when I see sort of those colours, I often think of ancient Egypt as well,
Hmm.
and the we've got the creativity card there, but what they did, in Egypt with their temples and the way that they lived and the way they just went with what was happening in that moment,
Mm.
and they opened their mind to what could be created.
Yeah.
um so she's beautiful.
Yeah.
I've
Stop.
got that song, reach for the stars.
Yeah.
Climb every mountain. But
Yeah.
yeah, she's sitting down, but she's really embracing everything
Mm.
around her. And this is the compassionate acceptance card. And again, it's really resonating with this heart feeling,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
um, it's just allowing your mind to keep those positive thoughts
Mm.
strong. And it
Mm.
says here, allow your inner beauty to be seen. And
Yeah.
it is, you know, we are all so positive internally. We need
Mm.
to bring that out so it shines with everybody. And I think, she's sort of doing like I don't know. It's like a bit like a Hussein Bolt, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah.
dabbing, as the grandkids would say.
Yeah.
Um, but the card is very blue. So
Mm,
again, with blue, I always think about communication as well.
yeah.
So it is about um, um, with this acceptance of self, and again, this full moon is all about sort of self love, self
Mm,
acceptance,
mm,
authentic self. It's all about self.
mm,
So I think with her, she's just, maybe we need to talk more and get
mm,
it out in the open.
mm.
Our heart is full of it, but we need to talk the talk, if you
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Um, so this one, very interesting. This is,
Ooh,
it's like a temple,
yeah.
okay? And I feel, although there's not actually people in it, I just feel it's more like a standing stone as such, but within a temple. And oh, it says lay it on the altar. So it's the main obelisk, if you like, within this temple.
Hmm.
And it's very powerful because there are like, well, I'm just seeing, I'm seeing top, middle,
Yes.
bottom faces. Are
Yeah.
you with me?
Yeah.
So that is self and earth, and the higher beings
Mm,
resonating on there. And I think when you look at things like that, it's about making sure, if you're laying it on the altar, that anything that has passed, you just need to hand it over. Just
Offer it up.
just offer
Yeah.
it onto the altar, just offer it so it's gone.
Hmm.
And it's like that surrender.
Yeah.
It's that feeling of let it go.
Mm,
you know
mm,
it's but I also feel surrender can give you that feeling of forgiveness as well,
mm.
and unconditional forgiveness too.
Yeah.
We can't move forward if we have regrets, if we have if we got stuck
Yeah.
energy that's on
Yeah.
our mind all the time. It stops the
Yeah.
heart oozing forward.
Mm,
So again, to bring that unconditional love forward. I think the four pillars are coming in now. It is the unconditional forgiveness that
yeah.
we need to surrender to,
Hmm.
and just allow, just offer it over.
Mm.
Yeah. We have a lovely pineapple here.
Oh, I love the colours.
I love I was just about to say the colours are beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
we've obviously got the purple for the third eye at the top,
Yeah.
and we got and again it's green. So again, that's more sort of your heart health, isn't it? So
Yeah.
it is sort
A
of
lot of
healing.
blue throat.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
And it says encouraging a welcoming heart. So I did get that heart chakra.
Yeah.
Um, but I also feel that when it's encouraging to welcome a heart, it's those unexpected things.
Mm,
We often talk about those random acts of kindness,
yeah.
and it is about recognizing them and giving. But we got to remember, if we are giving, we need to make sure we're receiving as well. And it
Yes.
is having that welcoming heart
Mm,
to receive um, um, what's being offered. It's the unexpected
yeah.
sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
And sometimes those unexpected things are a blessing. It's
Mm,
what you need right at that time. And all of a sudden, it just happens. I
yeah.
do think there's another card.
Okay.
So I'm going to go. There we go. I like this one. It's called the entrance stone.
Oh, lovely. Oh, look, she's
I
there.
think that's full moon up there, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
she's there with her light. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so I think this is the new beginnings, the entrance, the
Mm,
start, and it's taking that step forward,
mhm.
um, and feeling. what you're creating is going to expand.
Yeah.
We've got this heaviness now, but it is that movement of going forward.
Mm.
Walk through the door. I've got to just walk through the door,
Yeah.
and that expansion will happen,
Mm.
and it will be and it's only a small step you need to take. It's only a small step. It's not a huge step because you're there at the entrance. You're just ready to walk through it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I do feel that all this stuff to do with self
Mm.
is sometimes our own. We've got to take risks.
Yeah.
You know, um, and we've got to make sure that when we are moving forward, we've got this. We're, we're welcoming anything that's coming in.
Hmm.
Very much, we close the door on that, and it's welcoming anything come in
Mm.
because all we need to do is take that first step,
Yeah.
and things happen.
Yeah.
And I
Definitely.
do think we're in that moment of waiting over the next 2 weeks.
Mm.
We just need to bring it in. I'm feeling a lovely energy of love coming through now,
Mm.
and so and again, we say about self love, but we've got to accept any love that's given to us as well,
Yeah.
because it's like it recharges your battery,
Mm.
doesn't it?
Mm.
So that
Absolutely.
you can then come out in the
Mm.
power of love. Sorry.
Yes, I'm singing in my head. I've been singing that.
Yeah.
The Thank You Goes to Hollywood Power of Love has been running on a loop in my head while you've been
How's
speaking.
it? There you go. There
Yeah.
you go. So yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
love those cards. Love them. Yeah.
So I'm using my Moonology, of course, because
Yes.
I love them. But I've got Rebecca Campbell's Healing Waters out tonight.
Right.
They're just called to me. Uh, and I feel what we're dealing with is very much uh, reassessing the emotional content of our inner world, if you like.
Yes.
The outer world is dark. It's dark because we're finally getting to see what's inside everybody. They're speaking the quiet part out loud. And that is difficult to hear.
It is.
But it's also a challenge, I think. I've been getting in my head, there's a little model that you use in consultancy or counseling um, about how people change. And it's called freeze, unfreeze, refreeze.
Yeah.
When we were talking about that blanket of snow and the snow moon, of course, it's come in that prideful lion energy.
Yeah.
And actually, I feel that what's going on, and it's interesting about my internet, is what's going on is this encouragement to roar. Because the other thing I've got is Katy Perry's roar in my head. I'm gonna hear you, you know. Um, one of the things I think that we're being kind of encouraged to do, particularly on an individual level, is clear it all out.
Yes.
Get all that shadow side, yuck, to the surface.
Yeah. Offer it out. Go. Yeah.
Acknowledge that quiet part and then do something to change it. So we're very much with this heavy blanket, sensing how people really feel. The feelings are just so strong at the moment. But of course, when you're energy sensitive, it like oof, it can knock you side.
Yes.
But again, I feel like our challenge with this full moon is to speak it out. I've been supposed to be writing all day because, as you know, I'm editing in my second book, sorry, and it's coming out on the 1st of April. So now I'm
Yeah.
going, okay, I need to get this editing done. And it's just been a weight that's kept the voice down. I've even been sort of, oh, I've got a Substack half written, I'll get that out and finish that off. No, I haven't felt able, the energy. And it's so interesting. We've come off of an energy high on Tuesday night, you and I, we had a fabulous
Abs-
time,
Absolutely.
absolutely, amongst people who challenge the norms and the
Yes.
expectations. And we have this fabulous, really, a theatre full of powerful energy, really positive. And then we get to today and it's like poof.
Well, it did for me. It happened that yesterday evening in full moon energy. Oof. Yeah.
And again, I feel part of what being asked to do in this next 2 weeks is recognize that the way in which the energy is being pushed out to us doesn't have to define us. I think the
No.
thing is we've got to do it raw. And we'll roar if we follow our talents and abilities. So, so the first card out for me, believing. First quarter moon in Sagittarius. Yeah, we sometimes we push our good fortune away because we're feeling heavy or we're feeling just want to freeze and forget it all. Instead of going, okay, there's an adventure going on here. Don't know what
Exactly.
is. I'm obviously prepping for something. Let's just get on with it. And I feel like the waning of this next 2 weeks is really about it doesn't matter. I've got to get on with it. I've got to be able to stand up and speak. I've got to be able to say, you're not doing that in my name. And I've got to be able to hold to my deepest principles and beliefs. And we
Authentic self.
do that without a bit of good fortune. So we've got to also believe in the good fortune.
Yes.
There is always an upside rather than get dragged into it's all down, down, down. So I feel that's come out for us quite strongly because here's the ripple effect.
There you go. Wow.
Yeah, there we are.
Wow.
Throw a stone, it ripples, it creates all sorts of change in all sorts of ways. And the ripple effect is reminding us stay true to ourselves because we're part of something bigger,
Yeah.
that our good fortune is actually the universe taking care of the details.
Yes.
If it is we require and desire, it's on its way. We just have to keep holding that whatever ripples we are making, they are good and positive, and they're going out with the best of intentions. And I know when you're under a heavy blanket, it's actually quite hard to send out the good, to think positively. And what I say to people is it's okay to be exhausted. It's okay to say, oh, I've had enough of this. It's okay to look at some of the bizarre stuff that's going on and go, oh,
Oh,
what on earth? And to worry and get anxious, how do we get back from this? But this is where, unfortunately, this is where knowing that there's a ripple going on, that all the positive you can put out creates the ripple that joins with more ripples and more ripples, and that we can turn things to positive if we unfreeze from our frameworks, patterns, expectations, whatever you want to call them. So I feel very much this moon, this full moon is saying to us, come on, don't get stuck in the detail, don't get stuck under the blanket. And I've got the full moon in Cancer's just come out,
oh yes.
walking along the beach. La 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 la. It's all about letting your fears dissolve. Yeah. We could live under that heavy blanket all our lives, worry, 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 worry. And what would be the purpose? What would be the point other than not enjoy ourselves? Whereas what this beautiful Cancer card is saying is, look, just get on with enjoying it. Don't be frightened. Embrace. We're in a time of change, and when things unfreeze, it is chaos and uncertainty. But what we then refreeze is all the good bits we want to keep. And that's a
Mm.
key for this year. What good bits do you want to keep?
It's like a crab, they take that side step.
Yeah,
And maybe that's what we need to do. Just take that side step to move forward.
absolutely. And they shed their skin. They're not afraid to grow. They're
Yeah.
not afraid to expand. And that's what we've got to think. I love this card. This is the pearl. I don't know if you can.
Oh, beautiful.
She's just got this beautiful pearl. She's surrounded. She's got all this wonderful colour. And to me, it always looks, when I get this card, it always looks like there's a sort of angel behind her, just keeping an eye.
Yeah, it looks it's like she's in an oyster shell, but she's being covered with, yeah, light.
Yeah. So the pearl is all, this card is all about the rewards. We talked about good fortune. Well, good fortune is your reward. Good fortune comes to you because the ripples you've sent out have been beautiful, positive ripples. Not being afraid of your voice, not being afraid to speak your truth and walk your walk. The pearl is that magic because
Mm,
it that becomes this beautiful, beautiful grace.
yeah,
And pearls as wisdom. I know people talk about pearls of tears, but there's also pearls of wisdom. This understanding that the universe as a whole flow of grace. Everything can be easy and graceful, and we
yeah,
can have that kind of divine connected love flowing through us and to everyone around us. What blocks it is the fear.
yes,
Getting rid of the fear brings its own rewards. That's the special thing for the next 2 weeks. Whatever you fear, I'm going to say Susan Jeffers here, feel the fear and do it anyway.
yeah,
It's going to bring you rewards.
yeah.
The second to last card, I've got a penultimate card, is the last quarter moon in Cancer.
Answer. Yeah,
There she is in the water, bathing in the moon war.
yeah,
Yeah, just opening her arms and saying, here I am, whatever
yeah,
be. And this card is all about taking a breather. We can be under the blanket, we can be trying to get off out of the blanket, we can be trying to grab the opportunities, whatever. What we have to do for self-care now and again is just have that inner peace, that inner
mm,
breath. Um, just like you today went off to take a breather, and
yeah,
today I've gone right. I'm not in the right place. I'm not doing that particular thing. So when we think about over the next 2 or 3 weeks, waiting for the shift of the next new moon, I think it's important to have that self-care.
yeah. Oh, yes,
Push too hard to kind of, yes, we want to get our roar out there and we want our good fortune, but sometimes we push too hard in the wrong direction. So every now and again, just sitting quiet and go, oh.
mm,
It's a good thing.
yeah, yeah.
It comes in with the card for the planetary wave.
Oh, look at her.
You see, there she is down at the bottom, and then there is that beautiful wise face up ahead.
Yes, warrior S. I've got.
Beautiful energy. And the planetary wave is about our mission, really. The planet's going through dramatic shake-ups, and we as human beings are having to acknowledge the worst of being human and the best of being human. And it's important not to dismiss the best of being human, that wonderful greater good, that altruism that we in any extreme circumstance we can put on display. So this is a mission. This is this is reminding yourself there's an inner voice and an inner call. These next 2 or 3 weeks, listen to that small, quiet voice within. What's it asking you? What's it encouraging you to do? Um, it's you're part of the team that's humanity.
Yes.
You have your unique place, whatever that may be. Don't dismiss what you can add to the planetary wave. Just like
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
create a ripple of positivity. We can create a tsunami wave of positivity if we are
Exactly.
willing to be part of it. It's when I was listening to you, Gwen, it was also coming to my mind. As human beings, we're being called to serve.
Yes.
Now more than ever, we're in a cycle repeating itself as it did for the run up to the Second World War.
Hmm. Hmm.
Where, like the roaring 20s, we're into the next set of 20s, and we've got some key choices about where we go, how we use our abilities, our talents, and whether we go down that same route of keeping quiet. And one of the things that's kind of been coming up for me with this full moon and the roar is it's not appropriate to keep quiet. And that means we've got to get rid of, in this next 2 or 3 weeks, all those barriers and inhibitions and limitations that have made us feel like we have no voice, we have no influence, we have no right to say,
Yes.
enormous right to say, this is not right, this is
Mm.
not what I feel we should be doing. It's surprising how much people support each other when um, the really bad stuff's going on.
Mm.
Whether it's disasters or economic crises being created or whatever. Um, we have got that place now in our mission where we have to assess, how do I take it forward? And I do feel this Leo moon, this full moon, is saying, come on, stand and be of service.
Yes. I
Serve
agree, Annie.
God. And
Mm.
that doesn't mean, that you have to, doesn't mean anything. It just means that you have to do what you can to highlight that you don't want to be in the shadow and the fear and the anxiety. You want to be in the positivity, and you want to share with everyone, whatever their perspective, that fact of our humanity.
Yeah.
I do feel next couple of weeks, questions popping up. What can I do? And
Yeah.
how can I serve? And the answer isn't to go, I can't do anything. The answer is to start to recognize the power that our communications have, and the ways in which we can talk about what we believe in and spread that, because there may come a time, if we're not careful, when we can't talk at all.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I think for me, the cards tonight are saying, come on, everybody. It's the tipping point for getting us to get into our spiritual service.
Yeah. I mean, one of the key cards that I think I pulled tonight, because I always put three cards out at the end, is this one, which says you won't know if it's right unless you try.
Yeah.
And that was that small rippling stream going into the wider ocean. That for me is a card that I need to be looking at over the next fortnight, so I can journey into the wider, sea, and let any ripples just be out there and be expansive. Um, and I think the oh, sorry, you have finished, haven't you? On you can't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And I think the other one I'm going to take is surrender and forgive.
yeah.
As you know, for me, that is a big card, and
Mm,
I know it is one of my blockages. So I'm going to put that one in, and I think it's going to be that step forward and expansion.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to choose those three cards to meditate over, and
Mm,
they're always by the side of me. And I keep looking, I keep reading. I think, oh yes, go for it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I think we've had some lovely cards tonight to encourage us and
definitely.
remind us, yes, we have some tasks ahead,
Yeah,
but we are all very capable of anything that's asked for us
yeah,
in service. So brilliant.
yeah. Is it good?
Very much. That's a great reading. I can take a
It's
lot.
lifted me.
Yeah, me too. I can take a lot of that personally as well.
Yeah,
I think for me, the one that's really kicked in that just hit me in the heart so much is the planetary wave card. You know, our guides do watch over us and do try and help us so that we can be the best we're able to be and to serve the way we're asked to serve. So yeah, I feel like this full moon, whilst it might be kind of putting us under a blanket can also be a protection.
and a comforter. Absolutely.
Yeah, and there's an opportunity for growth, like we said about the song The Rose.
Yeah,
What emerges is going to be amazing.
mm,
So thank you.
definitely.
Thank you, Gwen.
No, thank you, Annie. Brilliant. Yeah.
So see you at New Moon.
Yes, yes. See you in a fortnight.
Yeah, take care, Gwen.
See you, Annie. Bye.
Bye.